Let me tell you what really went down at Lincoln Academy. The kind of story you'd only believe if you lived it yourself. You know what I mean? Picture the second week of September, the hallways buzzing with that mix of nerves and swagger. And Fimbam Zura Williams, the new girl, walks in. She's barely taken her first step when Tyler Morrison, the mayor's golden boy, slides in front of her, blocking the path with that sneer only rich kids perfect by the time they're 16. Look what the wind blew in, he cackles, not even trying to keep his voice down. At least this time, they didn't send an ugly monkey. And just like that, 50 kids stop mid-step. Cell phones come out, everyone hoping for the next viral train wreck. It's ugly, it's cruel, but at Lincoln, nobody dares look away when Tyler's running the show. Zara just stands there, doesn't flinch, doesn't drop her eyes. Second day at school, and she's already being served the nightmare her mom tried everything to help her escape. You can practically feel her weighing every word, every move, like she's deciding if the fight's worth it. Jake Sullivan pipes up next, snorting, "What's the matter? You don't speak English?" And then Brandon Pierce, doing his best to pile on with a banana joke. Nervous laughter ripples through the crowd. But if you look close, you'd see some faces turn a little pale, even a couple of the football guys shifting on their feet. See, there's a tension in the air, the kind you feel just before a thunderstorm breaks. Zara lets out the smallest sigh, and something shifts like the calm before lightning. "Excuse me," she says, and her voice isn't scared or shaky. It's clean and sharp, like she's cutting through all the noise. Tyler laughs harder, but you could tell he's a bit thrown. "Her class," he mocks. "Sweetheart, you're at the wrong school. Yours is across town." But Zarash doesn't get smaller. She smiles. Not the nervous kind, more like she's in on a secret nobody else knows. "Interesting," she says, eyes flicking from Tyler to Jake to Brandon. And then, almost like she's reading a list, Tyler Morrison, son of the mayor. Jake Sullivan, dad, owns the car dealership. Brandon Pierce, family, runs the biggest law firm in town. Suddenly, those three look at each other like they've seen a ghost. "Do you really think you can do this here and it won't come back to bite you?" she asks, her voice low, steady, like she's measuring them for something much bigger. Tyler tries to get in her face, but even the crowd senses it's not bluffing. The way she stands, the way her hands are relaxed but ready. There's something there. You see a couple kids in the back, kids with brothers in the military or who wrestle, start whispering to each other, picking up on something the others miss. Right when things are about to snap, Principal Reynolds barrels in. "What's going on here?" Tyler turns on the innocent act, flashing his model student grin. "Nothing much, Principal. Just welcoming the new girl." The principal glances at the crowd, then at Zara. "Everything all right, Ms. Williams?" She just gives him that sly smile. "Perfectly. Just getting to know my classmates." The crowd melts away, the three boys storm off, and Zara's left standing there, alone but completely unfazed. And as she walks to her locker, you can see it's carrying a secret, something that's about to flip this whole place upside down. But the worst was just getting started. Over the next 3 days, Tyler and his buddies took things up a notch. Her books got dumped and soaked in the bathroom. Her backpack was hung from a tree, and someone spray-painted her lunch table with words you hope your own kid never has to see. The whispers grew. "She'll break soon," Jake said one afternoon. Tyler, grinning, said, "I bet she'll be begging to transfer by Monday." What nobody saw was Zara snapping photos, saving texts, recording every dirty trick. She wasn't just another transfer, she was a junior state champ in both boxing and jiu-jitsu, a scholarship student whose mom had told her, "Let them see you as a student first." Her real story? Well, that was about to make the front page. By Friday, Professor Thompson, an old boxing coach who'd seen everything, quietly called her into his office. "You fight, don't you?" he asked, and she just nodded. "There's a way to handle this, but you'll have to trust me," he said, and you could tell he meant business. He slid a form across the desk, a sign-up for a martial arts demo during Monday's investor showcase. "Let's show them who you really are," he said. That weekend, while Tyler was busy bragging online, Zara trained like someone with a score to settle. Every punch, every dodge, she poured a week's worth of anger and pain into it. Her mom watched her, worried, but Zara just said, I tried their way. Now I'll do it mine. Monday morning, Tyler strutted into school planning Zara's public humiliation. $50, she cries. He boasted to Jake and Brandon, not realizing Zara was right behind, reading every move. At 2:45, as Tyler got ready for his big show, Zara was suiting up in the locker room pulling on gloves, focusing like she'd done 100 times before. The gym was packed, all the town's big names in the bleachers, cameras rolling. Professor Thompson took the mic. Today, we introduce our newest athletic scholarship recipient, Zara Williams State Junior MMA champion. The crowd went silent. Tyler's face went ghost white. The demo began 3 wrestling team volunteers, all bigger than Zara. First guy lasted 15 seconds before she had him tapping out. Second one went 20 before she swept him flat. The third, the biggest, held out for half a minute before surrendering to a leg lock that could have ended his varsity career. The crowd erupted, investors whispering, parents on their feet. But Zara wasn't done. She walked to the microphone, voice calm, but carrying through the gym. I want to address something important: bullying and racism at this school. The gym froze. She plugged in her tablet, projecting photos, audio clips. Tyler, Jake, Brandon caught red-handed, saying every cruel thing they'd whispered all week, all the vandalism, every threat. Even Mayor Morrison was there, face burning with shame. Tyler Morrison, what does this mean? He demanded, but Zara just laid out the facts. School, collected, ironclad. Principal Reynolds didn't hesitate. Mr. Morrison, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Pierce, you're suspended indefinitely. Authorities will be notified. The boys tried to protest, but there was nothing left to say. As their parents dragged them away, some crying, some shouting, Zara stood in the center of the mat, not with a smirk, but with that deep, quiet pride that comes when you see justice served. And you could feel things were never going to be the same. 6 months later, Lincoln Academy had changed beyond recognition. The toxic cliques were gone, replaced by clubs and programs many started by Zara herself. She was captain of the martial arts team, president of the student council, and mentor to more than 200 students. Even the teachers, like Mr. Thompson, admitted they'd never seen anything like it. She changed more in 6 months than I did in 15 years, he said, watching Zara coach a self-defense class. Tyler, Jake, and Brandon, their worlds fell apart. Tyler's dad lost his re-election after the video went viral. Tyler was rejected from every college he applied to. Jake's family business went under after a massive boycott. Brandon's family broke apart in lawsuits, their firm ruined by the scandal. But there was one twist left. On a rainy afternoon, Mayor Morrison came to find Zara. He sat in the parking lot, just another broken man, and asked for forgiveness. You did in one day what I failed to do in 17 years, he said. Zara, with the kind of grace most people never find, just told him it's never too late to do the right thing. That conversation changed them both. Morrison started working at community centers, and even Tyler, humble, began to help out. At graduation, Zara stood as valedictorian. I thought it'd be easier to be invisible, she said, but real strength is showing up as yourself. The applause was thunderous, her mother's tears genuine, and even the Morrisons, changed forever, clapped from the back. Zara went on to Harvard, studying civil rights law, determined to give others the same shot at justice. Professor Thompson, now retired, told her once, your real victory wasn't in the ring, it was showing everyone that dignity is stronger than hate. And maybe that's the lesson, right? When you're faced with prejudice, you can hide, or you can stand up and change the whole game. So let me ask, have you ever been in a spot where you had to choose between revenge and justice? How did you handle it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about what real strength looks like.